9 lightning fast tips on how to improve your sleep. So let's start off with it. Number 1, don't eat food within 3 hours of going to sleep. It's just gonna mess up your sleep because your food's digesting and stuff and you're trying to go to sleep. And that does not mix. You're gonna get higher quality and deeper sleep if you do not eat food before bed or within 3 hours of going to bed. Now the next tip is to get sun within 30 minutes of waking. If you get sun within 30 minutes of waking, it will spike your cortisol, aka that thing that makes you awake. So the awake thingy, I'm gonna call it. And basically that awake thingy is gonna make you ready to go for the day. And it also sets a timer for when you're gonna start feeling sleepy. So yeah, that's number 2. Number 3 is to get exercise within 30 minutes of waking up. It has the same benefits as the last thing. It's gonna wake you up and then it's gonna set a timer and it's just gonna double the benefits, double the sleepiness at the time you're going to go to bed. And the 4th thing is go outside when it's dark. I would say more of a darker angle, okay? Or when the sun is lower down. So go outside when the sun is lower down. It's gonna make you feel tired because it's dark outside. Number 5. Okay, so for number 5, you want to not fap before bed. I'm not against people who fap, but fapping or porn is bad for you before you go to bed because it's going to spike your dopamine. And if you do not know what dopamine does, it keeps you awake and it will make you alert. I'll put the studies right over here. You can look at them and you'll see that it just makes you alert and more awake, which is bad for sleeping. And fapping can be good for sleep though, because there are things that say it is, but porn, it literally does not help you with sleep at all. So we got number 6, don't have caffeine within 12 hours of going to bed. If that's not possible, then do it within 6 hours of going to bed. All you need to know is that caffeine gives you energy. Also, if you have to have caffeine at a late time, or you just have caffeine too late and you didn't realize what time it was, then that's okay. Just have a food high in carbs and high in protein. I'll show some foods right over here. You can go ahead and look at them. I wouldn't recommend the bottom one though, just because it has a lot of sugar and sugar's not that good for you. Okay, so I guess we're on number 7. I thought it was number 8, but okay, number 7. Number 7 is lower the lights. This means 2 things. It means you should lower the brightness in your room, because if it's bright in your room, you're gonna kind of trick your brain to thinking there's sun's out. And even if you don't believe what I'm saying, you can at least think of it as, if it's bright in your room, you can't sleep. It's difficult to sleep when it's bright. So yeah, just turn off them lights when you're trying to go to bed. Or darken the room when it's close to bedtime. And another thing is keep the lights closer to the ground. It basically tricks your body into thinking, oh, the angle of the light is lower, so it's kind of like when a sunset happens. Because since the angle is lower, it's not going to make your sleep worse. And a more literal way of thinking about it is if the light's lower, you're not going to see it as much. It's not going to hurt your eyes as much as a light right above you, you know? And it's going to make you just more tired since you're not seeing it as much more directly. So yeah. And the second to last one over here is to make sure to use a blue light filter. Blue light comes from the sun and the sun rays keep you awake. And you don't want that when you're trying to sleep, of course. So if you can just get rid of that before you're trying to sleep, you're good to go. You can download apps on your phone for it, but your phone usually has it built in. If you cannot use a blue light filter, make sure to use blue light glasses. If you don't have blue light glasses, that's okay. Just don't watch anything too late. And the last tip here is a bonus tip, but technically it's number 9. The last tip is don't use your phone 1 to 2 hours before bed. Using your phone 1 to 2 hours before bed might interrupt your sleep a bit because there's blue light coming from your phone, just like the last one. But the fact is that without any blue light, it's going to be even better. So if you want to get even more benefits, you can not use your phone at all. If you have to use your phone or you really want to use your phone later in the day, then use a blue light. If you don't have to, or you don't really use your phone that much at night, then go ahead, don't use it at all instead. Or any electronics. And this is some bonus tips I'm about to give off here. So 4 more tips before you go to bed. These are the most important tips in this entire video. Number 1 is close your eyes when you sleep. If you don't have your eyes closed, you aren't going to sleep. Ta-da! Number 2, lay down. If you're standing up trying to sleep, it's not going to work very well. And if none of those tips work, number 4 will. Out of all these tips in the video, number 4 is the most crucial. Make sure to sleep. If you don't sleep, you can't get sleep. Pretty simple.